Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel General Hospital Official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers: Cody overhears Sasha's pregnancy and assumes Jason is the father. General Hospital spoilers indicate that Cody Bell may overhear a conversation that is not intended for his ears. During the week of January 27th to 31st, Sasha Gilmore Corbin will let her guard down with Jason Morgan, potentially setting off a chain reaction. The danger will begin when Sasha confides in Jason, who may recall Michael Corinthos asking for her when he awoke in the hospital. Jason still doesn't know why, so Sasha may reveal that she's pregnant with Michael's child. Jason is already aware of Michael and Sasha's one-night affair, so he may recognize it and reassure Sasha that he does not judge her for what occurred. Jason might even express gladness for Sasha because she'll have another chance at parenting after losing Liam Corbin. Sasha had to deal with Brando Corbin's death as well, so Jason understands she has suffered far too many losses. Now that Sasha has accepted the pregnancy, she is excited to raise her son or daughter. Although Michael is off-screen recovering, Jason may reassure Sasha that she is not alone. Perhaps Jason will promise to protect Sasha and her unborn kid, especially now that dangerous Jen Sidwell is back in the picture. Jason will undoubtedly want to keep Sasha informed of Sidwell's homecoming, which may explain why she tells him about the baby she is carrying. Of course, Cody might come by and catch the tail end of this conversation, which could lead to him getting the incorrect idea. According to GH spoilers, Cody will be surprised by something on January 29th, which also coincides with Jason and Sasha's bonding time. On January 30th, Cody will hurry to a conclusion, which will most likely be incorrect. There's a significant chance Cody may overhear that Sasha is pregnant and presume Jason is father. It's easy to imagine Cody lurking around the corner, listening as Jason says that this baby will be fortunate to have Sasha as a mother. Jason can emphasize that, while Sasha wants to be independent, she can always turn to him if she needs anything. Cody may start to believe Jason is to blame for Sasha's pregnancy. Cody may cause quite a stir if he starts spreading that information, so stay tuned for updates on all the drama. According to General Hospital spoilers, Sasha and Jason will confront a difficult decision, so we'll share our predictions for what they'll do next. Zombie Willow, Creepy Drew, and Tracy question General Hospital 2 scoops for the week of January 20th to 25th. There was no dull moment on General Hospital this week, with Hot Mess Willow and Out of His Mind Drew and Tracy Quartermaine being arrested. Wait. Yes, there was. There were many dull times. But at least Tracy was doing origami. Drew is you, and everyone knows it. We're not sure if General Hospital actually planned to craft a love tale for Willow and Drew, only to learn what's happening on screen is anything but. This week, it became quite evident that the show understands what it has on its hands. Whether deliberately or not, we're seeing Willow fall for another cult leader who only has one follower, Willow herself. Drew's character has almost no redeemable characteristics left, as evidenced by his interactions with both Willow and Curtis this week. Drew is playing the sleazy politician role like it was made for him, threatening to use his new congressional powers to destroy his own firm if Curtis does not cooperate. When Curtis discreetly requested Drew to leave his office, we hoped he'd pull a Jason and deck this smarmy scum in the face. Nobody deserves such treatment more than Drew. Curtis may have to queue up after Nina, Tracy, Carly, and so on. Drew's twisted obsession with Willow, and his insistence that he is the only one who can cure her, is quite troubling. In reality, it would appear that he is channeling Shiloh, a man he knew during their time in Afghanistan before Willow met him. At this point, the character is emotionally manipulative and appears to be beyond saving. It takes everything we have not to scream at the TV for someone to simply rip Willow away from him and perform an intervention, such as the one she assisted with when Christina believed Shiloh was the best thing since sliced bread. Who are we kidding? We yell at the television all the time. It's what soap lovers do. Willow is in way, far too deep. Willow did something strange this week, or stranger than usual. She told Drew that she was free to make her own decisions and that she wanted to return to the gatehouse with her children. Then, without blinking, she reverted to the zombie form we had observed for the previous month. She gathered her courage, made a decision, and then, in seconds, asked Drew whether this was okay with him. So, what just occurred there? Willow seamlessly transitioned from a strong and smart young woman to a pile of mush. We got chills as she contacted Drew the next day just to hear his voice. They were probably similar to the feelings Nina had when Willow told her that Drew was correct, she should just take her children and live with Nina. Nina wanted nothing more than to have Willow with her, but she realized Drew was wrong and gently persuaded Willow to continue with the Quartermaines. It wasn't all that horrible, right? Willow has her home and children, so what if Tracy wants to make her daughter's life miserable? At least she said no, Drew, for you, and Willow has to listen. Additionally, Willow, Drew did not rescue your life in Greenland. You may thank Holly Sutton for that after your creepy little hero had himself knocked out. We must keep reinforcing this reality. Never change, Tracy. A week in which Tracy Quartermaine spends 2 days in the PCPD interrogation room is one that we have all been waiting for on soap operas. We're sure Jane Elliott had a great time while Tracy twirled about on the chair, made paper fans, and fired paper airplanes at Marty. We assume some of it was improvised, but that didn't make it any less enjoyable. Poor Anna was so irritated by this ridiculousness that she summoned Jason to the station to deal with his erratic aunt. It's your family, she assured him, reminding us of the Q miracle. Jason is a Quartermaine again, and they are his family. We have a hunch Jason and Tracy will establish the relationship we've wanted for years, and we're here for it. Tracy may be his new Carly, a woman who always gets herself into problems with her mouth and then requires a swift rescue. But Tracy wasn't finished. After kindly allowing Willow to be with her own children, she barred Willow from visiting Drew on Q property. Tracy is making the rules right now. Can Willow survive? Please explain Sunny and Natalia. We don't understand why Natalia is still in Port Charles, or why she is with Sunny. There is no there between them, and Natalia has no reason to remain in town. She returned up unexpectedly to be with her daughter, but Blaze has been gone since the summer, and Natalia appears to have no place to return to. Where did Natalia originate from? Why does she still live in a hotel? Does anyone miss her where she lived last? Sunny appears to like her, but whatever has been growing between them for nearly a year has come to naught because she appears and disappears from the plot every few weeks. We can't remember the last time we saw her until she discovered Sunny asleep this week. The new Charlie's Pub is similar to the previous Charlie's Pub. So Christina opened a brand new Charlie's Pub by adding blue lighting? We're confused. The restaurant appears exactly the same, save for a few guitar and music note drawings on the chalkboard behind the bar. When Natalia strolled in and told Christina how much she loved live music, we had no idea what she was talking about. There was a sign advertising live music, however there was no live music. Are we being gaslit? Cody was responsible for at least one bar brawl. We even learned more about society setups and wondered why Spinelli never faced any punishment for hacking every people on Earth to launch a dating app. Cody and Molly at least had a chemistry test when Cody wound up in prison. Perhaps it was the magic of society setups functioning remotely. No first kiss for Carly and Brennan, sigh. Carly left for Germany this week to be with Michael, and we expected to not see her for a while. She even said a tearful goodbye to Brennan at the start of the week, only for him to appear in her German hotel room at the end. Did this mean we'd finally get to watch their first kiss? Of course not. Carly and Brennan have been circling each other longer than Sunny and Natalia, but their relationship has not progressed. It needs to move quickly because some of us are losing patience. Yes, Rava's first kiss. Hurrah! Rick and Ava are moving quicker than Carly, Brennan, Sunny, and Natalia, as they should. Rick and Ava are all we need to brighten up this community. Neither one is very pleasant or liked, but they like each other, which is all that matters. We like them. We truly, really enjoy them. Rick's initial kiss under the mistletoe at Nina's failed, but he tried again, and this time he succeeded. He even made Ava run away like a teenager. She was so flustered after that wonderful kiss that she couldn't look at Rick. When she did, she conceded that the view from her new apartment was perfect, but she was talking about Rick, not what she saw through the window. We're already arranging the Rava wedding, which will take place at the Jerome Gallery. We expect the bride to wear black as Lucas gives her away. Nina and Trina will, of course, be the maids of honor, and Molly will be the best person. Will Sonny turn up to see his brother and his baby mama's wedding? Will Alexis object just for the heck of it? Who needs Maxie, the wedding planner, when you have Soap Central? Schedule this wedding for May sweeps immediately. Until next week, when we hope Rick and Ava finally hit the sheets. Tragic details of Steve Burton and Billy Miller's feud. According to General Hospital News, many people have long wondered if they were the greatest of friends, the worst of foes, or just your usual frenemy combo. Fortunately, we now have some answers about what happened between soap stars Steve Burton and Billy Miller back in 2017. Here's what you should know. Tragic details of Steve Burton and Billy Miller's feud. Back in 2017, it seems that many people felt Billy and Steve were at odds solely because they were both competing for the same part on General Hospital, Jason Morgan. As many fans of daytime television will recall, there was a period when both performers played the same characters simultaneously. After Steve left the show in 2014, General Hospital took the opportunity to create another Jason, but this time under the name Jake Doe. While it may have been confusing as to which actor was playing which version of Jason Morgan, it did appear to work for a short period of time on the hit ABC soap. However, Steve stated that the same year there was no bad blood between him and Billy. Steve was relieved to learn that Billy would be taking over his role as the new Jason when he left in 2014 to join The Young and the Restless. He told Soap Opera Digest, "I heard rumblings about it after it occurred. Billy and I spoke. He and I were buddies on The Young and the Restless, we worked together, and I was wondering, man, who could do it? And you know Billy can handle it. So he contacted me and said, 'Hey, I'm doing it.' I replied, 'Cool, go do it.'" The truth of what happened behind the scenes. When Steve learned that he would be returning to General Hospital to play Jason Morgan, he contacted Billy out of respect. He told the publication, "I called Billy before I returned. I responded, 'Hey man, you called me when you were kidnapping Jason, and you obviously knew I was coming back. I just wanted to say I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you remain because I think we'll have a good narrative.'" Weekly General Hospital Recap January 20th to 24th, Goodbye Michael, Hello Heart Trouble. It was a week of big decisions. A beloved character bid goodbye to Port Charles, while another said an unexpected greeting. And the General Hospital summary for January 20th to 24th 2025 has everything you may have missed. What happened at Port Charles? Michael decided where to go to heal, and the reopening of Charlie's was a huge success. Monday, January 20th, 2025, preempted. Tuesday, January 21st, 2025, after being woken up, Michael informed Carly that he wished to go to the facility in Germany. Then he asked to see Sasha. While Carly searched for her, Willow entered Michael's room to apologize for all that had happened between them. However, when Michael's suffering abruptly escalated, Portia was compelled to sedate him before Sasha arrived. Later, as the plane prepared to fly Michael to Germany, Brennan was there to see Carly depart. When Anna was unable to reach an agreement with Tracy at the PCPD, she sought assistance from Jason. Jason discovered Drew and Willow together in the GH chapel, seeking to strike a compromise that would satisfy everyone. Sasha, on the other hand, confided in Maxie about her conflicting views about motherhood, expressing her desire to have another child while grieving for Liam. Meanwhile, Christina and Alexis had an explosive encounter with Ava on the pier. Later, Alexis visited with Sidwell and handed over paperwork for his new home in Windmere. Ava showed up at Sonny's workplace, concerned that their daughter might meet the same fate as Michael. After their furious discussion, Ava left, and Sonny experienced another AFib episode, prompting him to fall before taking his medication. Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025, at Charlie's reopening, Christina and Lucky celebrated their first night working together before welcoming Maxie, Spinelli, and Brick. Lucky greeted both Elizabeth and Isaiah. Jordan comes to meet Isaiah, making Brick envious. Meanwhile, Natalia discovered Sonny comatose on the floor in his office, along with his spilled prescription bottle. With fast thinking, she read the bottle and placed a pill into his mouth, which revived him. Despite her attempts to bring him to the hospital, Sunny refused and begged her to call Isaiah. When Isaiah arrived, giving Brick some alone time to flirt with Jordan, he cautioned Sunny that his heart condition would deteriorate if he did not get adequate medical assistance. Back at Charlie's, Lucky and Elizabeth used the chance to quiz Martin about his brother, and he disclosed that Cyrus had always wanted to alleviate their mother's suffering, inspiring a fresh notion about why Cyrus was offing GH patients. Meanwhile, when Cody arrived and recognized Spinelli, he attempted to extract $75,000 in hush money from him by dangling the secrets of Spinelli's dating app over him. Spinelli declined, so Cody escalated things. When Lucky intervened, he ended up on the other side of Cody's fist. Lulu paid Tracy a visit at the PCPD, and Jason made Willow an offer. She could have the kids back if she moved back into the gatehouse. Tracy's charges were dismissed as a result of this settlement, just as Cody was taken into custody. Thursday, January 23, 2025, while Elizabeth treated Lucky's wounds, Cody decided to tell Molly from his jail cell that he couldn't pay for Charlie's damages since he was broke. When Mac arrived, he lectured his son before leaving him in the jail to think. While Lucky and Elizabeth questioned Felicia further about Cyrus, Lucas discussed the hypothesis with Jocelyn but cautioned her against doing anything that could lead to trouble. Brick found Sunny a covert doctor in Los Angeles to help with his heart problem, while Natalia found herself unable to keep away from Sunny. Rick showed Ava her only option for housing, a small, run-down apartment. She initially declined, but Rick reminded her she didn't have any money. Their conversation ended in a kiss, and Ava accepted the flat. Charlie's reopening was still in progress. Lucy was joined by Sidwell, who drew Jordan's attention. Jordan took this information to Laura, and after some investigation, the two discovered that Sidwell had no outstanding warrants for his arrest. Laura thereafter received a request from Lucy to meet with Sidwell. Friday, January 24, 2025, with Willow back at the gatehouse, Nina decided to offer her breakfast, which prompted Tracy to storm in and lay down some ground rules. The first rule was no Drew. Both Willow and Nina remained firm, and the incident made Willow ponder if she and the kids would be better off at Nina's. Meanwhile, Drew tried to persuade Curtis to let him back at Aurora, but Curtis flatly refused and booted him out of his office. Carly was astonished when Brennan knocked on her home in Germany to check on her. She explained that the doctors would not allow her visit Michael because he needed to be in isolation while he recovered, and Brennan consoled her. Kai returned to Port Charles and found that he would never be able to play football again due to his shoulder injury. He broke the life-changing news to Trina. Maxie served as a mediator at deception while Lulu and Brooklyn attempted to reconcile. Lulu decided the assistant job was not for her, but when Tracy arrived and found out, she immediately hired her, prompting Brooklyn's resentment. On the villain front, Laura invited Anna to accompany her to her meeting with Sidwell, where he was not only astonished to see the lady he attempted to murder, but also discovered that Lucky is Laura's son. He told them that he would be on his best behavior now that he lived in Port Charles. Meanwhile, Joss signed up to volunteer at Turning Woods, hoping to catch Cyrus in the act. Christina Davis was always renowned for her fiery attitude and rash decisions. But her recent dispute with her sister Molly Lansing Davis had put her at a crossroads. Molly's grief over the loss of her unborn child, combined with Christina's prior acts, had driven a profound chasm between the sisters. Molly and her husband, TJ, had hoped for the baby, which Christina would carry as a surrogate. Ashford. But fate had dealt them a harsh hand. The loss had broken Molly and TJ. But it also led to the breakdown of their marriage. Christina found herself on the outside, looking for a way to make apologies. A chance encounter. Christina walked into a cafe on the outskirts of Port Charles one bright winter morning, hoping to find consolation and perhaps a moment of distraction from her inner anguish. As she sipped her coffee, her gaze shifted to a woman sitting near the window. Christina recognized the woman's face, but it was the young child by her side that drew her in. The child, a vibrant 2-year-old with dark, inquiring eyes, had a striking likeness to TJ Ashford. Christina's heart skipped a beat as she realized who this woman was: Andrea Gates, the surrogate who purportedly miscarried Molly and TJ's child. Unable to contain her curiosity, Christina approached Andrea, her voice measured but tinged with mistrust. Andrea? It's Christina Davis. Do you remember me? Andrea's eyes lit up with recognition, yet there was a tinge of discomfort in her expression. Of course, Christina, she said, her voice wary. As the talk progressed, Christina couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. The child's age, appearance, and Andrea's reserved way of discussing her life prompted more concerns than answers. The shocking truth. Christina dug deeper, determined to find out the truth. Her intuition warned her that Andrea's account of the miscarriage did not add together. After surreptitiously gathering information, she uncovered irregularities in Andrea's Mercy Hospital medical records. Christina faced Andrea, her voice steady but full of urgency. Andrea, I know the truth. The child. He's Molly and TJ's, right? Andrea's face paled, and she eventually crumbled under Christina's perseverance. I couldn't do it, she said, her voice shaking. I couldn't abandon him. I lied about the miscarriage because I couldn't bear to lose him. A sister's redemption. Christina had to make a critical decision now that she knew the truth. She was aware that disclosing this knowledge would cause a storm, but it was the only way to make things right. She approached Molly and TJ, her heart trembling with both fear and hope. Molly, TJ, Christina said, her voice heavy with emotion. I know I've made mistakes, but I found someone you need to see. The revelation astounded them. Molly's first reaction was one of astonishment and fury, but as Christina explained the scenario, a glimmer of hope appeared in her eyes. The fight for justice. Molly and TJ reunited to achieve their common goal. They chose to battle for custody of their child. The court battle that followed was arduous, with Andrea unwilling to give up the kid she had nurtured as her own. Christina, on the other hand, supported her sister throughout the process, supplying proof as well as emotional support. In the courts, the truth was exposed. Andrea's fraud was discovered, and the judge decided in favor of Molly and TJ, awarding them custody of their biological son. Healing and reconnection. Molly cried as she cradled her child for the first time. Thank you, Christina, she muttered. You gave me my son back. And my family. For Christina, the occasion was bittersweet. She had found a way to rebuild her relationship with her sister, but she also understood Andrea's suffering. I just wanted to make things right, Christina explained softly. In the weeks that followed, the Davis and Ashford families began to recover. Molly and TJ. They found their way back to each other, their love deepened by the difficulties they had endured. Christina, the once black sheep, was welcomed back into the fold with open arms. A new beginning. Christina's redemption tale became a light of hope in Port Charles, reminding people that courage and love can heal even the deepest scars. Christina felt at ease while watching her sister and nephew play in the park, something she hadn't felt in years. Who are Joe's parents on GH? Giovanni Mazza teases something very big ahead. Gio Palmieri, a Port Charles newcomer, may have been raised by a single mother in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, but General Hospital fans are skeptical that Lois Cerullo's cousin is the teen's true mother. For months, people have been guessing that the young violinist is the child Brooke Lynn secretly put up for adoption. Giovanni Mazza, who plays the character, indicated in an interview with 2Fab that some significant information about his alter ego is going to be revealed. I think a lot of fans have been anticipating something coming up, he remarked of his character's origins. There is something very big coming up that the fans would be very, very excited for. Mazza explained that since joining the show in May, his storyline has been around Gio developing relationships with various people in town. But now, we're really going to explore who my character, Gio, is, the actor said. The popular notion among GH watchers is that Dante fathered Brooke Lynn's child as a teenager, which she and Lois surreptitiously sent to cousin Camila to raise. As it turns out, the soap's viewers aren't the only ones wondering who Joe's real parents are. What's really fun is when my family asks what I think, Mazza admits. One of my cousins texted me the other day. He's like, are so-and-so your parents? And I'm like, what are your thoughts? I'd like to know what you think first. Then I'll know what I can play into. getting that input allows Mazza to see unwritten possibilities in his screenplays. It sort of helps me in a way to know what the fan speculation is, to kind of play around with different relationships, he continued, admitting that his mother has her own view. My mother suspected that I was linked to one individual. And I was like, well, I can play around with that and see what the audience thinks of it. It's all just to sort of create a really fun experience for the audience, he told me. Share your thoughts on who Joe's parents are in the comments section below, and stay tuned to discover what surprises await. GH spoilers, is Jocelyn heading for a murderous or suicidal storyline? According to General Hospital teasers, Jocelyn Joss Jacks shocked everyone with how she handled the revolver she discovered in Dex Heller's drawer. Cleaning out his flat after he died turned out to be a lot more interesting than she had expected. The more troubling fact is that there has been no mention of the pistol since she packed away the last box of his belongings for donation and closed the door behind her. Did she keep the gun for her own personal reasons? Is she going to use it against the person who killed Dex, whom she assumes was Cyrus Renault? Worryingly, she may want to use it on herself if she is unable to overcome the anguish she has been experiencing after Dex's death. Is GH heading along that dark path? General Hospital spoilers, Joss Jacks just wants to be alone ever after Dex's death. Joss has found reasons to withdraw into silence and be alone. Her friends and relatives have expressed concern about her particular way of grieving, but is it really anybody else's responsibility to judge? Her anguish may now be eclipsed by the ongoing intrigue surrounding Michael Corinthos' injuries. Furthermore, it is evident that someone is chasing Sonny Corinthos as well. All of these catastrophic occurrences are weighing heavily on Joss, who may be looking for a means to escape the anguish, especially if she is unable to pursue justice. GH spoilers gossip, things could get dark right now. Joss is determined to play detective, and for reasons unbeknownst to us, WSB agent Jack Brennan appears eager to lead her to the culprit. He knows Cyrus is responsible for stabbing Dex, but he has no proof that Cyrus finished the job while Dex was hospitalized and healing. If Marty Gray is correct, and his brother is attempting to alleviate the pain of terminal patients, it makes little sense for him to kill those who are recovering. Nonetheless, will discovering who it was offer Joss with any comfort, given that it will not bring Dex back? If the police and justice system do not get it right the first time, she may succumb to her grief and decide to handle Cyrus herself. General Hospital spoilers, Trina may be the light whether she pulled the trigger on herself or someone else. Joss' life and legacy will be irrevocably altered. If she kills another life, she will be disrespecting Dex's memories. She would never be admitted to medical school even if she managed to avoid a life term in prison. She would be no better than men like Sonny, whom she previously despised and resented. Could GH be changing Joss' character to make her more like her vicious stepfather, who desires retribution while he is hurting? Sidwell's bold move, Joss' mission, Willow's mistake, and Drew's warning. Jocelyn Jacks is on a mission to stop Cyrus Renault. Lulu Spencer lands a job. Also, Curtis Ashford warns Drew Kane Quartermain. Sidwell is a dangerous man, but also incredibly charming. Sidwell has slithered into Port Charles and is making many spectacular movements. Sonny Corinthos. Lucy Coe has provided Sidwell with information on select Windmere residents since the property was purchased. In fact, Lucy specifically mentioned Jordan Ashford to Sidwell at Charlie's. With Sidwell's bravado, what will the scoundrel do next, and who will succumb to his dishonest charm? GH spoilers, Jocelyn Jacks' mission followers may anticipate her to take drastic action. Lucas Jones pleaded with Jocelyn not to do anything about Cyrus Renault. Jocelyn pretended to be innocent, as if she couldn't possibly harm someone like Cyrus. Fans know that Jocelyn intends to take action against Dex Heller's killer. As Jocelyn marches through the hospital, she comes across Trina Robinson. Trina paid a visit to Kai Taylor. When Trina wonders what Joss is doing there, the young woman responds that she is trying to stop a killer. Lulu Spencer's next chapter. General Hospital spoilers predict that Lulu will never stop searching for Charlotte Cassadine. However, Lulu requires funding and a leader to accomplish this. Meanwhile, Lulu needs to return to the land of the living. Lulu gets a job. Is this the same position that Lulu applied for, as Brooklyn Quartermain's assistant? In a preview clip, Lulu wonders if this implies she's hired. So, given their history, how will the relationship between BLQ and Lulu work? General Hospital spoilers, in today's episode, Curtis will tell Drew that whatever he is thinking will not work. Willow Tate Corinthos also opens out to her mother again. Willow recognizes that this could be a huge mistake. However, Nina Reeves will strive to encourage her daughter. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.